Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for the OPTC video, and in today's video, we're diving into my particular teams against Treasure Map, Film Red, the Shanks for Blueno, Bepo, and Sunny-kun. So, the PKA unit is getting a 5+. It does seem like they are going to be doing this moving forward with Treasure Map and PKA sort of linking them together. And this particular treasure map for the 9.5 anniversary is the first treasure map where we see treasure cards. These cards do particular things. We'll talk about them when we do our playthrough and stuff like that. So make sure to hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on the playthrough videos, as well as hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and bell the like button if today's video helps you out, because we're going to be going through my speed teams, how I'm taking it on with the boosted units, and stuff like that as well. So, card enhancing trusty characters will include the new characters of Law, Romy and someone, Jellyfish Pirates, and the new legend Kobe. You'll also get the Super Evolution Skulls, like I said, for this particular free-to-play character. It's kind of sucky, in my opinion, because it does put new players into a new treasure map jail where these particular characters are going to be a little bit annoying. There is going to be Ben Beckman and Lucky Roux during Battle 3 will apply defense up after one turn. I don't really know what that actually means, but apparently in here there's something about there being two guests enjoying a live performance. So there's a chance that two fans of Uta will appear during encounters to give you particular buffs. So that's always nice. And then you just have all the standard treasure map stuff. So if you guys go down here, you can see the trusty characters, but let's dive straight into the team. So the first fight is against Blueno, Bepo, and Sunny-kun. You are going to have to deal with well, everyone gets the good stuff, and if you bring Zeph and the free-to-play Baccarat from last treasure map, you are going to have a good time. Blind on the bottom row, 6 turns after sockets, normal attacks only. You get a full board of block orbs, 2 turns of special reverse. There's hunger, and there's an intimidation if you use an attack boost. So that's where the Zeph unit does actually come into play quite nicely. But the way we're getting around it for this particular build is we're using Nami Karina for our captains. Nami Karina, they're going to double drops. I'm pretty much going to use them every single treasure map because they're a treasure map legend. They're just going to work great. They have cooldowns in their captain, in their limit break ability. They're just a phenomenal character. They're literally here just to double the drops. We have Carrot Wonder. They're going to be our hunger reducers. They also give us cooldowns. You can use the Brulee support that gets around block. And then from there, you can pretty much just throw on the team whatever you like. I'm using Tesoro as a wave clearer. He's also going to be a chain locker. And then I have the Baccarat unit here to remove bind somewhere. The Nami Karina unit can actually do that too. I think I have to do this, actually, if I remember correctly, because the bind is on the bottom row. Yeah, the bind's on the bottom row. However, look, I don't think I'm going to need it. I think just having the Tesoro chain lock with the wave clear from turn 2, and then Carrot Wonder can just do bits there. So with this team, I've thrown the Markino, Luffy, and Uta unit on the team. However, I could definitely use something like Vista to give wave clearing shenanigans. That's definitely something I can do as well. But look, however you guys want to run it, you can run it that way. Moving on to the second fight, we come up against Kata Oven and Brulee. The recommended characters are the Sunny-kun trio as well as treasure map Jinbei. If you actually have this Sunny-kun unit, like a spare, you can actually use them across 2 fights. Size, strength, and dex characters get the good stuff. There's 2 turns of special reverse on the final stage. Normal attacks only, ship bind, 90% attack down, 7 turns of paralysis, and delay immunity. Now, this particular fight is so easy if you use an Uta captain. Whether it's this Uta, whether it's the quick Uta, doesn't really matter. This Uta is just going to make it very, very easy because she gets around both of those. To get around special, to the attack down, I have a bunch of supports, Jozu, Tashigi, and Law. They're going to get around that, and basically you're covered from there. Zoro, he just double binks for special, so that way you can get around the first 2 stages. And then with the Blueno, Bepo, Sunny-kun unit, you can actually use them to remove attack down. So if you don't have any of these supports, you can use their special multiple times. But look, I'm not really here for that. But if you guys are, then look, it's an option for you. Lime Juice, he's just a high booster. He does a lot of damage. That's the only reason he's there. Uta, we're going to bink turn 1. So that way we can get the carryover effect. Hell, you can even do it turn 2 and then use the other Uta for more damage later down the line. Next, we've got Ben Beckman and Lucky Roux. And this is what they meant about after 1 turn, there's going to be defense up. But the recommended characters they want you to use are Sabo and the new Kata Oven unit themselves. Dex, Strength, and Side characters get all the good stuff. It's 5 turns of paralysis, full board of block orbs, normal attacks only. Bottom row gets stun, which is a little bit annoying. As well as you can only use 2 specials for 1 turn. There is a damage limiter of 80% of the maximum HP and full immunity. So, if you have a way to burn, you are going to be in a really good spot here. So that's why I brought Kaido as my captain. Utilizing Kaido as my captain, I can use his Super EX on turn 2 to give me some Wano orbs. And then that way I can tap with Kaido on the final stage. To get around stun, I do have the Katakuri and Oven unit, but I don't really plan on using them. This team basically is just built around utilizing Sabo as the only unit on the final stage. And then that way I should be hunky-dory. I do have Big Mom for more damage later down the line. Katakuri is going to be there, like I said, to remove the stun if I need it. But the idea here is just to go Sabo, and then if I need to, I actually have the special of Kaido as well. But that burn should be enough to kill that 20% HP. It definitely depends on the scaling and how that works, but if it's not, I am going to have to look at a way to get around the defense up. And the easiest way that I thought of to do that is just to throw Daifuku support on Big Mom, because then if there is a second turn, I can always remove the stun with Katakuri and Oven that way, and then just sort of go from there. But look, that's the plan. That's the idea. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then look, it doesn't. Moving on to the Fuji and Kizaru fight. This one is just, for a mini-boss fight, this is not a fun time. Like, I don't know what they were thinking here, but they basically want you to use Shanks' batch, as well as the new Luffy, Uta, and Makino unit. Sight, Strength, and Quick Characters get all the good stuff. You get 6 turns of Bind on the left-hand column after sockets, 3 turns of Special Reverse on your top row, normal attacks only, full board of Block Orbs, 2 turns of Special Reverse, 10 turns of Despair, only on your captain, by the way. Like, it's just your captain that gets despaired. 1 turn of special limit for 2 times. 6 turns of damage reduction, full immunity. Once the enemy dies, they come back with 10% HP, 50,000 damage, and a 2-turn slot barrier for 2 tandem slots. So, as you can tell, they probably want you to use Shanks as captain, but I'm going to run the double Gear 5 combo. If I want to, though, I could definitely do something like this, and then bring a friend captain Gear 5. But look, this particular 6-star Gear 5 covers so much of this fight. And then if you partner him up with the 6+ Gear 5, who's a 1.25 booster, by the way, you can get around Despair, Bind, Special Reverse, Damage Reduction, and the Barrier, all in one go, which is crazy. I've just thrown 3 Straw Hats on the team. Brook is a wave clearer. He's great. He satisfies one of those conditions as well. And then that way, I can wave clear the first 2 stages, use the Super EX of Luffy, of the Luffys, so that way I can get a full board of orb manipulation, as well as going through damage reduction, and then I can sort of just kill very, very easily. Shanks gives me 2 turns of an orb boost. Luffy can be an attack booster, like my friend Captain. I have Sanji, who can be an attack booster too. I have Chain Boundary with Jinbei. I'm not going to need them, and if I, by chance, can get the cooldowns for Luffy, because with the Mistim support, I'll get 3 turns of cooldowns. With the friend Captain, I get 2. 1 from the ship, 2 from sockets, so that's 8. 1 with Shanks. I don't think I'm going to get there, to be honest. So, like, let's just take that off. But if you could actually just use Luffy to just kill, like, for that revive. So, there's that there, too. So, that's the team. Should work quite nicely. Pretty self-explanatory. The 2 Gear 5s just get around to literally everything for this fight. Onto the boss, though. We are basically just using the full boost. Yes, I know I haven't leveled up my units. Yes, I will level up my units before I get there. I just wanted to get these videos out for you guys because I'm just so busy at the moment. Basically, we're just taking it down with the full batch. You guys don't understand how the full batch team works. Basically, with Kobe, if you swap Kobe into captain, he's going to get the Super EX no matter what, because you have 2 units that have Final Tap or Rush or Tandem. You want to bring a friend captain Kobe, so I've chucked a friend captain Kobe onto here, so that way I should be able to find it a little bit easier. But ideally, you want to have Luffy as captain, because on the boss fight, there is paralysis. Luffy just sort of gets around the paralysis, which makes it very, very nice. And then you just have a whole bunch of units to get around all this other stuff. The attack down, the damage reduction, the special reverse Kobe takes care of. There's bind on the bottom row. So you just need to make sure you put characters in the right spot, which I definitely need to do. So the Jellyfish Pirates, they get around the attack down. They also cut HP, and they can like do some other stuff as well. They're not exactly the greatest units, but look, it's kind of nice to see that they've got some love there. I believe the Law will remove defense up, and he can also remove special bind. And then to get around the bind, we have the Romy and whatever their name unit is. They get around bind there. So just make sure they're in the middle row. So that way you can get around that. Like I said, obviously I'll level these characters up. They'll be ready to go by the time the treasure map comes around. And for the final boss fight, the team pretty much looks the same. The way that you want to run this, though, for the final boss fight, they do want you to use Shanks on the team rather than utilizing Luffy. But, yeah, I guess I definitely could run Shanks. Yeah, I definitely could run Shanks. Let's just do that for the sake of it. Because, like, there's special reverse and stuff, and it just makes it a lot easier. You can do stuff with Kobe's captain swap and all that sort of stuff. But utilizing Shanks as leader is just basically just going to get around that anyway. He's, you're not going to have access to his super EX, which kind of sucks. But Luffy doesn't rotate block orbs anyway. So, like, it's kind of whatever. Kobe does, though, so that's why we're pretty much going to use Kobe there. And from there, you're pretty much just going to be in a really good spot. So like I said, if you have the batch, you're gonna be riding it quite nicely. However, if you don't have the batch, I did put out a video for you guys that doesn't use any of them. So hopefully some of these teams will help you guys out or give you guys some ideas. Because remember, these teams are subject to change. Once the treasure map does come around, I do like to change things up a little bit. I do talk to people. We do get some other ideas. But this is what we're rocking with at the beginning. But if you enjoyed the video, about the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.